Hey, James Hayes here. Welcome to the Developmental Edge channel, where smart coaches learn how to fast track their skills and their coaching business. Today, we're going to talk about how to niche. I'm going to give you a 3-step formula for picking a lucrative niche for your business. So if you've always wanted to do this, but you've had no idea how, by the end of this video, you're going to have a 3-step amazing process to get that result. If we're going to niche, step number 1 is defining who's our ideal customer. And we've got a bunch of questions to help brainstorm answers to that question. So starting off with number 1, who do I love working with, or who would I ideally love working with? So this question is asking us to look at people in our life, people that we know, people that we think would make amazing clients. We just want to kind of brainstorm who are those people. So for me, for example, I might say Bob. I would love to coach Bob. I think he'd be a great coachee. And I've worked with Sally before. Sally for sure is someone who is an amazing coachee. I'd love to work with her again. So we just want to brainstorm, who are all the other people? And then move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is why? Why do I love working with Bob? Why do I love working with Sally? What are their characteristics? What are the things about them that make them amazing to work with? So I might say, you know what, Bob and Sally both have an amazing sense of humor. They are honest. They are committed. They love growth and development. So just jot down, like, what are the 5, 6, 7 characteristics that make this person an ideal person you'd want to work with? Now we want to move on to number 3, which is about us. When we are at our best, what are the kinds of results we produce? What are we like? So I know that when I'm at my best, I produce deep change, deep awareness. I help my coachees feel 10 times motivation and 10 times accountability. Just jot down, like, what are some of the results you produce when you're at your best? And what are you like? Well, I know that I am 100% present and focused. I am committed to the success of my client. And of course, put down whatever is true for you as well. Now we want to move on to number 4. If I'm going to be at my best, what are the kinds of qualities the people I work with need to have for me to do my best work? So here we're looking for any other answers that we haven't already put in our first question, our second question rather, and helping flesh out, how do my coachees, how do my clients need to be for me to be my best? So for example, willing to take responsibility, that's a big one. I can't do my best work if the person's not willing to take responsibility. Another example would be, they treat the relationship as 2 ways. It's not just a one-way street where they sit back and passively receive, but no, they are an active participant. So just jot down, what do your clients need to be like? What are the values or characteristics they need to have for you to do your absolute best work and produce your best results? Of course, the reason being, because if we want to be in business with the right target market, we want to be doing our best work, because that's what's going to get us the most results and the most success and the happiest clients. So now we want to move on to question 5. Now we're moving away from characteristics, and now we're moving to circumstances. So what circumstances does my target market need to be in for them to be the right fit? So maybe John is has the right characteristics. Maybe John, has all of the right attributes that would allow me to be my best. But John is unemployed and has no money and is 15 years old. So he's too early in his life circumstances to really be a good fit for what I do. So he's not going to be a great client. He may have the right attributes, but he doesn't have the right circumstances. So here, what are the right circumstances for your target market to be a good fit? I might say, for example, you know what? They need to have at least 85K salary, for them to be in a position where they could reasonably afford what I do. They need to be between ages of, at least 25, because younger than that and they're not yet mature enough to kind of do what I really do. And most likely between the ages of 25 and let's just say 55, because later than that, then they're at a different kind of life stage and not really suitable for what I do. So what are the circumstances? We want to jot those down. And then finally, our final question is, what groups contain the kinds of people that I have detailed out in the previous few questions? So this is now looking at groups, communities, organizations. What are the kinds of groups of people that I have just defined? So for example, I might say, coaches. Coaches are committed to their growth and development. They're honest. They're willing to take responsibility. Many of them have a great sense of humor. I might say new leaders. People in that kind of group often have those kinds of attributes, or whatever other group. I just want to brainstorm as many groups as I can think of that have these characteristics, because that is going to set me up for step number 2. Okay, so I've brainstormed a bunch of groups that kind of fit the ideal criteria of my potential client. Now it's time to shortlist them. So that's step 2. We're going to shortlist the target market. So I'm just going to put in all of the groups that I brainstormed here in this left little column. So let's say new coaches, newly certified, who haven't yet launched their business. Let's just say that's one of my groups. And another group, just making this up on the spot, is middle managers in the tech industry who have just increased the size of their team. And just for fun, I'm going to put in a random group. Let's just say astronauts. Hope I'm spelling that correctly. And we'll have some other group here. So whatever the kind of groups are you brainstorm, just put them in the left column. And then we need to rank them against these criteria in the right side of this little worksheet. So let me explain the criteria. So criteria number 1, can they pay? It's no good picking a niche if they don't have the funds to afford your services. Maybe I would love to work with the recently unemployed who have been 5 years unemployed and are trying to get back into the job market. If they don't have the funds to afford what I'm doing, then it's not much of a business to build my business around. So they need to be able to pay. We've also got, I love this group / area. It's no good picking a niche if you don't really enjoy working with that niche. If you're picking a niche that you don't enjoy, you're going to burn out. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a chore to work with these people. And that is not a recipe for a long-term success. Number 3, do they have needs that I can deliver to? It's no good picking a niche if they have lots of money, you love working with them, but they've got problems you can't solve. That's not a good fit. And of course, the final one is a bit of a bonus. It's not a deal breaker, but it is important. Can I access this market? Can I position myself as an authority? So I just want to score myself against all the different groups that I've kind of brainstormed. So just making this up on the spot, let's just say new coaches, newly certified that haven't launched, can they pay? Let's say that's like a 7 out of 10. Do I love this group? Do I love this group? For sure, 10 out of 10. Do they have needs that I can deliver to? Well, if we're talking about me, then that's also a 10 out of 10. Can I position myself as an authority? Just for fun, let's put a 9. So we've got 29, 36 as a total score. Middle managers in the tech industry, let's just put a, can they pay? For sure, that's a 9. Do I love this group? Maybe that's a 6. Do they have needs I can deliver to? Maybe that's an 8. Can I position myself as an authority? That's a 6. Astronauts, can they pay? I'm assuming astronauts get paid a lot of money, so let's just say 10. Do I love this group? Oh, I love the idea of space. Let's say 10. Do they have needs I can deliver to? Who knows? Probably not. This is going to be like a 2. Can I position myself as an authority to this group? Can I access this group? That is a 0. I do not know anyone in that space or even how to position myself. So to make it easy, we'll just color code. Anything that is an 8 or above is a great score. We want to give that green because green is for go. So we've got a couple of green things here. We've got an 8 here, we've got a 9, a couple of 10s. Anything that's like 6 to a 7, we're gonna make that yellow. It's okay, it's not great, but it's possible. And then anything that's less than a 6, we're gonna make that a red, because red is for a stop. So we don't want these ones. So what we're looking for is the pathway with the most green. And if there's a couple and it's kind of close, then by tallying up the scores, we can compare the scores, and whatever has the highest score is the winner. So this is a great way of just shortlisting, cutting out all of the groups that just kind of aren't really going to cut the mustard, but also help us focus in on the ones that are. And by doing this, we can pick a good quality target market. Step number 3, now we need to design your irresistible offer. We've brainstormed your ideal clients. We've shortlisted that to a target market. Now we need to make the right offer. And to make the right offer, there's 4 key questions we need to answer. The first question is who? Who is your target market? You should have already answered this question from the previous step. So let's just say, for argument's sake, it's new coaches, freshly certified, but don't know the first thing about business. So they haven't launched their business yet. Question number 2 is what? What is the problem? So what are the headaches that new coaches have? What are their problems? What are their biggest needs? So you want to brainstorm, like what's the 5, 6, 7? What are the biggest problems this group has? You want to brainstorm, but we only want to pick one. What is the biggest? What is the thing that keeps them up at night? What is their biggest headache? So for example, for new coaches who are fresh in the game, one of their biggest headaches is, how do I get business? I don't know how to attract clients. How do I do that? So the biggest problem they have is no clients. That's what keeps them up at night. So that's question 2. Question 3 is, why are they going to come to you? What is the result you're going to be able to give them that takes them where they want to go and gets rid of their problem? So next question is why? And specifically, we're asking, like, what's the result? So if the problem is no clients, then the result is going to be some version of like an endless queue of eager clients. That is what they want. They want to get rid of this problem of having no clients, and they want an endless queue of clients. That's the thing we need to help them get. So we're almost there. Our final question is how? How do we get them from here, where they're starting out, to here where they want to be. So what's your process? What's your like 10-step process from helping someone who's got no idea about how to get clients become so flush with clients they've got an endless queue of people who are trying to break down the door and get in? That's going to be your product. That's going to be your service, your coaching program, whatever it is. What is your 10-step system, your 10-step program to helping people who've got no clients and no idea get so flush with clients they've got a waiting list of 3 months before they can even see the next person? So once you've answered these 4 questions, your marketing, your sales conversations become very easy. You can confidently say, I help this kind of person who's got this kind of problem get this result. How? With my 10-step process to blah, blah, blah. So let me give you an example. Let's use developmental edge, our business. So who do we help? We help new and aspiring coaches. That's our who don't know the first thing about attracting clients. That's the problem that we solve. We help them launch profitable and successful coaching businesses. That's the result we provide. How? With our Launchpad program, where we coach and mentor people through designing their business, attracting clients, and launching coaching programs that get results. So there you have it. To create your irresistible offer, you just got to answer 4 questions. Who, what, why, and how. With these 3 steps, you now have a formula for selecting a profitable niche in your coaching business. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Any questions about this process, or if you still need help selecting a niche, drop a comment below and let's figure that out together. In the meantime, if you like this content, please hit the subscribe button. If you know someone who would appreciate it, spread the love and share it with them. If you want some cool extra resources, check the links in the description to this video. That's it from me. Stay hungry, and we'll catch you in the next video.